Taking on Amma and her government, the DMK seeks a high-level committee by the Madras High Court to look into the complaints of land grabbing filed against its party men. The Madras High Court orders a notice to MK Stalin challenging his election from Kolattur. He has 4 weeks to reply. Another DMK MLA is arrested. Anita Radhakrishnan faces an attempt to murder case, but J. Anbalagan gets bail in one of the 2 land grab cases against him. Questions in the Assembly on the safety of firecracker units after the accident in Sivakasi led to assurances from the Labour Minister. With the police escort, the DMK's jailed MLA J. Anbalagan makes a guest appearance at the Assembly complex to prove a point, although his party has boycotted the session. Amma gives new MLAs a lesson on code and conduct in the Assembly. We take you to the streets of Madavaram, a hub of health problems and more, but can the municipality deliver before the monsoon makes things worse? A one-time close contestant for president and the former governor of Tamil Nadu, P.C. Alexander, passes away. He was 90.
He narrowly missed that. Probably it was because another Keralite, Mr. Narayan, had been the president just prior to that.
And meet a man who's living with a strong mind and a fighting heart. He goes under the knife for the 8th time and is still hale and hearty. Welcome to the Late Night News on NDTV Hindu. I'm Evelyn Matthew, joining you with the day's top stories. Let's also get you the rest of the day's top stories from across the nation and the world. An altercation in riot hit Birmingham gets out of hand. A man mows down 3 people in his car. As the riots in UK spread, the Prime Minister says the police will not hesitate to take action. Londoners take to the streets to protect their neighbourhoods. In Southall, Sikhs guard a Gurudwara and mosque. Civil society activists will meet a parliamentary panel on the Lokpal bill, though Anna Hazare remains determined to go on a fast. The Supreme Court upholds the death sentence of LET militant Muhammad Arif for the attack on an army camp in the Red Fort in 2000. The Dow bounces back after the Federal Reserve announces unprecedented low interest rates. Asian markets climb, the Sensex follows. Charging the ruling AIADMK government with targeting former DMK ministers and functionaries, the party has sought the constitution of a high-level committee by the Madras High Court to go into false and fabricated complaints of land grabbing being filed against its party men. The DMK's legal wing secretary has also sought an interim injunction to restrain the government, the DGP, their officers and others from arresting DMK members on false accusations of land grabbing, pending disposal of the petition, and from registering false cases. They have alleged that the Jayalalitha government was calculative, taking steps to tarnish DMK's image through government agencies by utilizing government machinery such as the police department. The party alleged that the newly formed cells were set up to receive complaints against its leaders, specifically identifying the period during which the party ruled the state. Moving on, fisherfolk from the KV Kuppam area in Vellore were at the Commissioner's office today to register a complaint that their husbands, who were allegedly kidnapped by a former minister, were probably even murdered by him more than 6 years ago, as they still were not found. The women alleged that the local police were not ready to lodge a murder case but chose to file only a man-missing case. The city police have started investigations into the case under the missing complaint.
இவங்கெல்லாம் இட்டுன்னு போய் கொலை பண்ணிட்டாங்க சார். நாங்கள் கேட்டதுக்கு எங்களையும் அடிச்சு போட்டு காணாம கொண்டுட்டாங்க சார். நான் 2 பொம்பளை பிள்ளைங்களை வச்சுக்கின்னு தவிக்கேன் சார். போலீஸில் ரிப்போர்ட் கூட எந்த நடவடிக்கையும் எடுக்கலை சார். சுனாமி நிவாரணத்தை பற்றி தட்டி கேட்பாரு. அதனால் அவரை கேட்குறாரு சொல்லிட்டு அவரை வந்து கொலை பண்ணிட்டாங்க சார். இன்னும் கொன்னுடுவேன், ஓடி போயிடுன்னு அப்படி சொன்னானுங்க சார்.
எவ்வளோ நாளுக்கு முன்னாடி நடந்துச்சு? எவ்வளோ நாள்?
இப்போ 6 வருஷம் ஆகுது அவரு கொலை பண்ணி. இப்போ
Moving on, another DMK MLA is facing the khaki heat, not for land grab this time around, but for alleged murder, it seems. Tiruchendoor's DMK MLA Anita R. Radhakrishnan has been arrested by the police today as he faces an attempt to murder case. The complaint was submitted by an AIADMK functionary from the Thoothukudi district. This comes on the backdrop of the many cases that have been piling up against DMK ministers and cadres in what has been known as a land grab offensive. Let's just draw out the number of leaders who've been arrested in Tamil Nadu so far and the cases slapped against him. In fact, leading that fray is the latest Anita Radhakrishnan with an attempt to murder case, followed by those ministers who've been charged with allegations of land grabbing: Veerapandi Arumugam, J.N. Baragan, P. Ranganathan, as well as V.S. Babu, all of them with cases of land grab against them. Moving on, the Madras High Court has ordered a notice to DMK Treasurer M.K. Stalin today on a petition challenging his election from the Kolattur constituency. The petitioner is the AIADMK candidate Saide Dureswamy, who lost to M.K. Stalin by 2,819 votes. Now, when the petition came up for hearing today, the judge ordered the notice and asked Stalin to reply in 4 weeks. Mr. Dureswamy had alleged misuse of power by Stalin in the election and added that the damages found in many EVMs during counting were not taken into account by the election officials. The death of 10 people following a fire accident at a cracker unit in Sivakasi dominated the assembly today. MLAs from various parties, including the CPM's legislative party leader A. Soundarajan, moved a special attention motion. The members expressed concern that the families of the victims were paid just 1 lakh rupees by the government. The minister explained that the families were given, in fact, 5.1 lakh rupees each with the contribution from the cracker unit. That's Supreme Fireworks in this case. He also told the House that the factory was shut down for violating safety norms. Let's just draw out the many accidents, in fact, similar accidents that have happened in this 1 year alone in close months. One being led by that recent one where 7 of them were in fact women who died. Tiruchendur reported a similar case where 3 people died on the 29th of June. In Virudhunagar, there was a woman killed on the 4th of June in a similar case. And in April, there were 2 cases reported, one on the 26th and the 28th. That was in Sivakasi, followed by Tuticorin, where 4 and 3 people were killed in similar cases of mishandling of the chemicals. And here's what the Labour Minister, in fact, had to say in response to that special attention motion that came up at the Assembly today.
அடிக்கடி ஆய்வு செய்து பாதுகாப்பு நடவடிக்கைகளை தீவிரமாக கண்காணிக்குமாறு அறிவுறுத்தப்பட்டுள்ளது. மேலும் பட்டாசு தொழிற்சாலைகளில் விபத்துகளை தடுத்திட கீழ்கண்ட பாதுகாப்பு முறைகளும் தொழிற்சாலைகள் ஆய்வுத்துறையினால் மேற்கொள்ளப்பட்டு வருகின்றன. தொழிற்சாலை சட்டம் 1948 மற்றும் தமிழ்நாடு தொழிற்சாலைகள் விதி 1950 கீழ் பட்டாசு மற்றும் தீப்பெட்டி தொழிற்சாலைகளில் பாதுகாப்பு விதிமுறைகளை கடைபிடிப்பதற்கென தனியாக விதி 95 கீழ் அட்டவணை 24 ஏற்படுத்தப்பட்டுள்ளது. இவ்வரசு தொழிலாளர் நலனை பாதுகாக்க முனைப்புடன் செயல்படும் என்பதை இந்த மாமன்றத்தில் தெரிவித்துக் கொள்கிறேன்.
Moving on, in the latest developments from the DMK camp, the party's MLA J.N. Balagan has been granted bail by the Madras High Court in one of the 2 cases charged against him. He was earlier arrested on land grab charges after being accused of forcing a mill owner to part with his property in Tirupur. But earlier in the day, the DMK MLA from Chepauk had visited the assembly today. In fact, he spent around 4 hours inside the complex without attending the proceedings, though. The DMK, remember, had decided to boycott the entire budget session, saying that they would attend the session only after the allotted seats in one block of the assembly. J.N. Balagan, who was lodged in Coimbatore, in fact the prison in Coimbatore, in that case in Tirupur, was shifted to Pural prisons in Chennai recently after he sought permission to attend the ongoing assembly session. In a quick clarification, it has been brought to our notice by one of our esteemed viewers that, and the managing partner of a marriage hall in Tambaram, that the said property in question does not belong to the municipality but is privately and legally owned as per copies of documents sent to us and not as reported. It has been further clarified to us that the said marriage hall is run by a person who provides free food and accommodation to the deserving community. Up ahead on the late night news, pandemonium visits the houses of the parliament as verbal duels are fired away between the BJP and the Congress.